United may have already lined up a replacement for Jose Mourinho. Willian is giving Chelsea an absolute runaround, Roma have taken some revenge on Barcelona, and Crystal Palace could be pulling off the bargain of the summer. That and more coming up in the next few minutes, as I'm your host Matt Froelich, you are the One Footballers, and this is the Daily News. Slowly but surely, third season syndrome is setting in for Jose Mourinho. I told you yesterday how he's pretty much pissing off the whole of his travelling tour in the United States, and it looks like some of these feelings are shared by the more senior officials at the club, meaning Mourinho could be sacked sooner than expected. But if they do make that decision, who will be in line to replace him? Well, reports this morning suggest that Zinedine Zidane is the next chosen one. His track record as a player and a coach is nothing to be laughed at. Plus, if any transfer targets didn't want to join Manchester United because they were going to play under Mourinho, the opposite can be said for playing under Zidane. And talking of Mourinho and a potential transfer target of his, it's Willian and Chelsea who are dominating the back pages today. Willian failed to return for pre-season training on Friday to Chelsea, stating that he was having passport problems and couldn't get back into the country. New boss Maurizio Sarri gave him the benefit of the doubt and set him a new deadline of today. Well, he hasn't returned again, meaning that more people at the club are worried about his future. To be honest, Willian's probably sat on a beach somewhere in Brazil without any passport problems, but just waiting for the likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona to contact him about a potential move. And quickly touching on Barcelona, it's them and Malcom who must feel a bit sheepish this morning after losing to Roma 4-2 last night. After the whole transfer debacle with Malcom, it's fair to say that Roma aren't the biggest fans of Barca, so getting one over on them on pre-season must be pretty sweet, even though Malcom did get on the score sheet. Now, with all these big money transfers, it's no wonder that Crystal Palace's latest potential signing could be the bargain of the summer, especially as it's a free transfer. Should proceedings and the medical go absolutely fine today, Meier could be a Crystal Palace player by this evening. The 22-year-old came through at Schalke alongside the likes of Leroy Sané. But whilst Leroy Sané's career has headed to new heights, Meier hasn't really reached those levels. Even so, him and his agent obviously thought he was still brilliant and demanded a load of money at Schalke, which they weren't willing to pay, hence why he's now ended up at Crystal Palace. Anyway, one man's trash is obviously another man's treasure, and it looks like the Eagles have done a cracking bit of business. And lastly, we come to the rest of the day's transfer news, where Tottenham look pretty desperate to sign anyone, just so they don't go through the embarrassment of not having completed one signing by the time the transfer window shuts. Should the Meier deal go through, then Wilfried Zaha could leave Crystal Palace, with Tottenham interested, but they're also interested in Aston Villa midfielder Jack Grealish. Now, it's absolutely ridiculous to think that a decent Championship midfielder could go for around £40 million. Even at 14 million, it's still a bit of a risk. Elsewhere, Atletico defender Sime Vysaiko has joined Inter Milan, and Everton are looking at Russia's World Cup star Denis Cheryshev. But from me, that's all for today. Make sure you absolutely smash that like button and let me know in the comments below what you thought of the day's rumours and transfer deals. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.
Waking up early in the morning, I pushed off the whip and get on with this shit. Shit that I we got that bitches on set, and that's what we gon' fuck all of my hits.